Minecraft mob votes, although being extremely controversial, have become a staple of Minecraft and its community. At this point, it's pretty common for you to know the lost mobs from these mob votes, like moo blooms and copper golems. Yet, what if I told you there were tens of both mobs and updates lost due to the mob vote? Today, we'll be going over the mob votes that Mojang wants you to forget, going back all the way to 6 years ago. By the end of the video, I guarantee you will learn about at least one mob from a previous mob vote, as there is one insane, deep-cut vote that barely anyone knows about, so make sure you stick around until the end. Before that, make sure to subscribe if you enjoy, or comment down below if you don't and what I can improve upon. With that, let's get right into the video. The first forgotten mob vote is actually not even a mob vote. Instead, it's a biome vote. The biome vote was conducted in 2018 during the Minecon during that year, and note that was Minecon and not Minecraft Earth. The three options were Savanna, Desert, and Taiga. If Savanna won, unique trees that were larger, ostriches, and termites would have been added. While it's not known the features of termites or ostriches, ostriches would have eaten the termites, and termites most likely would have destroyed wood. If Desert won, meerkats and a new type of tree would be added, which would have been pretty cool as we don't have a mob like a meerkat in the game. And finally, the Taiga would add berries, campfires, and foxes. As you may know, the Taiga won and these updates would be added. However, this vote came with sort of a twist. Rather than voting for which one was to be added, you were voting for which biome was added first. That meant that all of these biomes would eventually be added, which meant you didn't have to stress about which biome was added or not, as they were all promised to be added. However, 5 years later, we still don't have the desert or savanna updates that they promised. What's interesting is how the mob vote that happened in 2019 said 2 of its 3 biomes be updated, with only the Badlands not. While we may get one of these missing updates in 1.21, it's also likely that we don't, and Mojang wants us to forget that they promised us these updates. Another one of the least discussed mob votes was actually the first vote, conducted all the way back in 2017, and had 4 mobs rather than the usual 3 that we see today. These mobs didn't have official names yet and were clearly in very early design stages, so all we really know is what they look like and a rough description of what they would have each done. Mob A would spawn in the ocean depths and kinda looks like a squid that would attack with its tentacle tongue and pull you down into the ocean to drown you. Mob B is the Phantom, and yeah, we don't talk about this one. Mob C, while looking like a cute little guy, would open its mouth really wide where items that fell in would either disenchant or be enchanted with a special enchantment. While the description is pretty vague, it seems like this mob would have had a pretty intricate system, and I'm pretty upset that it didn't win. And finally, Mob D, a Master Blaze who would have fiery shields and spawn randomly in Nether with a shockwave attack. This would have been really helpful in speedrunning and could cut down times by minutes. However, it's unlikely we'll ever get any of these mobs. Overall, these mobs are both very interesting design-wise and premise-wise, and are much better than the mobs we get today. However, that could be a good thing, as that means we don't miss out on as good as mobs anymore, and instead miss out on lame mobs like the Copper Golem. This is probably the best mob vote we've had and probably will ever have, yet the outcome will forever be disputed and hated. Now, here's a quick lightning round of votes that don't really fit anywhere else yet are rarely discussed. When Minecraft was only in version 1.1, Notch had randomly changed the sun to a circular shape rather than the normal square shape we are used to. This resulted in such heavy backlash from the community that Minecraft conducted a vote on its official Facebook page over if the sun should be round or square. Square would win with over 80,000 votes, and the rest is history. The second and final random vote is the naming of the block Prismarine. Jeb asked the community on Reddit which the block should be named, with no other context besides the image, and the winner would be, obviously, Prismarine. User AjaxGB was the winner of the vote. It is unknown if he was ever given a prize or proper recognition for this naming. Before we get into the final mob vote that Mojang actively tries to hide, there are a couple of votes that are both special and unique. In fact, they're kind of not even really mob votes. Back in 2018, Minecraft was preparing to release a pretty big update for the time, being Village and Pillage. For this update, Mojang introduced 8 new cat breeds, making villages feel much more diverse and fun. Yet, there was a secret 9th cat breed that would be put in the game based off one player's submitted cat. This is one of the only times Minecraft has done something like this, and might be the last due to how hard it is to sift through results with the size of the player base it is now. The voting process only occurred for the final 3 cats, including a hairless cat named Zach. Sadly, Zach lost, and the winner of the vote was Jelly, cat of popular YouTuber Good Times with Scar. While I personally think the hairless cat would have been the most unique, it was just a skin and wasn't all too important for the game. This would be awesome to see modern day with wolves, as wolves have been untouched for decades, and different breeds of dogs would be cool to see in Minecraft and really spice up the game. On the topic of pretty small scale mob votes, there's actually a mob vote held even before the one in 2017. This one happened in 2016 and it only included 2 mobs, being the alpaca and llama. This was held through a Twitter poll posted by Jeb, and the llama ended up winning. While it's not known if the alpaca would have just acted the same as the llama we have now, it's likely they were the same mobs and this was just for cosmetic purposes. This was also the first instance of people asking why we couldn't have both mobs, which is present in every mob vote from here on out. And finally, this most secret, most hidden, least talked about mob vote. This happened in 2017 and was exclusively voted upon by Chinese citizens. Well, it sounds strange, it kinda was, but this was done in effort to promote the Chinese version of the game that had just come out recently. If you don't know, China is very strict on what they allow and what they don't allow due to certain censorship laws. This vote was unique as it held mobs primarily important to Chinese culture, like monkeys, pandas, etc. It had a record 5 mobs in it and they were all pretty unique. Possible mobs were panda, alligator, golden monkey, white-lipped deer, and white dolphin king. There were about 1 million votes and the winner was to be announced at Minecon. While the panda and dolphin were obviously just reskins of the polar bear and dolphin already in the game, the other 3 mobs were completely new and would act unique from any other mob in Minecraft I've seen before. Yet, what if I told you this mob vote was absolutely meaningless? According to Aubrey Norris, the head community manager of Minecraft, the vote did not cause the panda to be added. So, the value of this mob vote is extremely questionable and may not even be considered official. Still, this is the most hidden mob vote and barely anyone knows about it. So consider yourself one of the few who do know now that you've watched this video. Overall, mob votes are a pretty shady topic on Minecraft, and it's unlikely that we will ever come to a general consensus on whether if the community likes it or not. However, over the past few years, with mob votes being more and more common at Minecraft Live, there's been a general uptick in people disliking the vote. This is because people have realized that Mojang can add all of these and are just doing this for publicity's sake. So I'll be making a video going over this in detail very soon, so make sure you subscribe and stick around for that. Especially when ones like the China vote, where we don't even really know if it had any impact, maybe these don't either. Obviously, we can see the results, but it's hard to know if Mojang is truly listening to the fanbase or just wants to drum up more publicity for their update. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way until the end, as it really does help the channel grow and prosper. Leave your thoughts about the mob vote down below in the comments below and what was most interesting to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.